started now. Second last exercise for the course. Okay. Yeah. So you know how all this time we've been looking at situations where last lesson we looked at annuities. That's when you invest money on a regular basis so that you'll gain more interest over time. It also works the other way when you're borrowing money, especially for home loans. Okay. When you borrow money, it's going to accrue interest every month. So in order to pay off your loan, you pay a certain amount every month. Okay. So let's have a look at this example. Example 20, Trang borrows $8,000 over 3 years to buy furniture. Interest on the loan is 1.2% per month. So they were generous enough to give you the per month interest, not PA, where you got to convert it. Monthly repayments are that. Find the amount owing after 1 month. So after 1 month, so let's call that A1. With any amount, with the 8,000, it's going to accrue interest. So using the same compound interest formula, that's going to be 1 plus 1.25%, which is 1.0125, I believe. Yeah, that's correct, yeah? Yeah. And that's going to, for that month. But at the end of every month, you're going to be making monthly repayment. So it's very similar to the example that I did. So there you go. Okay, so that's how much you're going to owe at the end of the first month. Does that make sense? If I scroll down, I don't know the answer to that. Okay, so you got that amount there, $7,822.68. So that's how much you owe at the end of the first month. Girls, at the end of the second month, right, that amount is now going to gain interest, okay, with the same percentage. Okay, still to the power of month 1 because it's for that month. But at the end of each month, you're making a repayment of $277.32. So, yeah, that answer's there, $7,643.14. And do the same thing for the third month. Okay, I don't think I have to show you. The difference between... Really? Nope, just a prank. The difference between this lesson and next lesson is, as you can see, we're going to be doing this all the way to like 120, really big number, and so on. And you're also going to be calculating the monthly repayment yourself using geometric series. I swear, it better not be a prank. Oh, okay.
Can Robo and Sharona go to Ms. Diamond's?
Oh, you're in trouble. Have fun. Yeah, so you know what to do. All right. So, girls, like with other exercises, the monthly repayment on a loan can also be used from a given table. Now, you need to be just a bit careful with this table. This table gives the monthly loan repayment on a $1,000 loan. That's very important to keep in mind. So, for example, if I asked you, in this example, Pierre wants to borrow $350,000 over 30 years to buy a unit, but she's not sure, can afford to pay the monthly repayments. Now, this is a typo, by the way. If the interest is 4.5%, that should say per annum. Okay? Calculate the amount of each monthly repayment. So you've got to use a table for that. So you're going to look at 4.5% and 30. So 4.5 is there, 30 is there. So that doesn't mean the monthly repayment is $5.07. That would be ridiculous, right? So here's how you do it. So the loan is based on, the loan is based on 350,000. Because that table is based on every 1,000, you actually got to divide the amount you're borrowing by 1,000 first, which is 350. And then to get the actual monthly repayment, you get that amount times by the table number. Okay, so it's because it's based on every $1,000 loan. So $5.07. So that's how you read or use the table. Okay, just be careful. So as you can see here, the table is based on per annum and years. So yeah, this is a typo. That should say per annum. Okay. And if you do that, you'll get that amount. So the monthly repayment in that case is $1,774.50. All right. Now, that's part I. Now, for the total amount Pierre would pay, if he's paying that much every month, how would I calculate the total amount he's paying altogether in the end? What would I need to do with that amount? How long is the loan? 30 years, but I'm paying every month. Yeah. Yeah, because there are monthly repayments for 30 years and 12 months in a year. So, wait. Yeah, 630, same thing as what I did, 3 times 12. 30 times 12, sorry. Yeah. So he ends up, look at the different skills. The amount you're paying in the end, which is $638,820, compared to what you borrowed, $350,000. Girls, this is no surprise. This is what usually like home loans are like. When you borrow something for a long period of time, 30 years, you are going to always expect to pay a lot more than what you borrowed. That's how banks make money in the long run. Yeah, and that's why everyone's busy looking for the lowest interest rate possible when they borrow money. Personally, for me, I change plans or banks almost every year because every year the percentage changes and you always want to go with the bank that has the lowest percentage at the time.
But then you have so much money, then you have to fill out all those.
Oh no, that's what mortgage brokers are for. They do that for you. Yeah, or most of the grunt work. They look for the banks that has the smallest percentage. Okay, I'm almost done. Oh, why? Hi. Not prank. I'm getting prank and office skills at the same time. Okay, so, girls, once again, example B, looking back. That should say 2% per annum, not per month. Find the amount of each monthly repayment. So in that case, I'll do 25 times whatever the number is from the table, because remember the table is based on every 1,000. The total amount Hamish pays. Get the first answer, monthly repayment, times by 5 times 12. Because this is every monthly repayment and there are 5 years. Yep.
Can you just say to divide by 1,000?
Oh yeah, so that's, if I do 25,000 divided by 1,000, that's 25. So 25 times by the table amount will give me that. Now, this is the part that I wanted to address. Girls, if they want you to actually calculate the interest rate. Okay. Okay, so girls, the interest is obviously, well, for going back to our example, girls, the interest is the amount you paid in total, take away the amount you borrowed. Makes sense, right? It's the extra payment. So to get that as a percentage, it's that difference over, now what would it be over though? How much you borrowed. It's always over how much you borrowed. Borrowed amount. So girls, in our case, the difference between these two, put it on top, over the borrowed amount, which is 300. Difference between these two. Because that's how much you paid altogether. The interest is the difference between how much you borrowed and how much you paid altogether. So look, just quickly, because I don't know the answer, but... Okay, so that's the difference. It's always over the borrowed amount. Okay? But after you get that, times by 100, but then you're also going to divide it by how many years you're repaying it over. Wait, do you have to do that? Wait, no, they didn't do that.
No, just times by 100.
They just times by 100. Why didn't they? Oh, I think it's because the table amount is already based on the number of years. Yeah, so just do that.
If we don't use the number.
If you don't use a table, you usually have to divide by how many years as well that you're paying over.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so just leave it like that. Don't divide it. All right. Feel like I've lost your attention, girls, because it's easy content, so let me just verbally explain it. Girls, same thing here. This time, you're finding the number of terms. So the monthly repayment is given... Oh, sorry. 70,000, girls. How many thousands are there? 70. Now, they've given you the percentage. Whoa. Okay, sorry. They've given you the percentage. They've given you the amount. What's the term? That's what they're asking. Okay. So, let's go. Example 22. So basically what they're asking is, we've got the 70,000, which converts to 70, times by a certain amount is equal to With the 5%, $553.70. Girls, if you figure this out, you'll get $7.91. How would I find the number of terms based off that? From the table, you look for $7.91. $7.91 is right there. The number of terms, if you go up, is 15 years. So you also...
15 years.
Yeah. All right, but you get the idea, yeah? Same thing with question B. You're working backwards, but you're looking at the interest rate from the table next for this question. Pretty straightforward, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, great. That's it from me. Do all the exercise questions.
Bye-bye.